What's up, deep thinkers? It's Robert from Existence First. I'm here in my office on a Sunday. It is 6:45 p.m. Now, today was somewhat of a lazy day, and some people like lazy Sundays. I do not. I do not like lazy days one bit. Okay, but why did it happen? It happened because I eased up a little bit too much, perhaps you could say. Okay, but I'm gonna make this point in the form of story. The story comes from hockey. Okay, and this is about coming back to fundamentals. Now, I've played hockey, both college hockey and in men's recreational leagues, and there's this interesting phenomenon, okay, where when a guy joins a team at the very beginning of the season, his first game is always strong, like it's always his best performance, and thereafter, like every other game, is like he might do well, but it's never the level from the first game. All right. Now, there's a few possible reasons for this. One theory that I have is that his mind is just fresh. Like, he doesn't know what his teammates are going to be like or like how they're going to skate. So he's hyper present to the moment. He's like totally vigilant, aware, right? That's one possibility. Another possibility is that like there's no self-fulfilling prophecy going on. So his teammates don't know how well he skates, right? So he's not going to worry about self-image or like, oh, I'm just going to skate the way that they expect me to. Like, it's totally like a blank slate, okay? And then number 3, it's not beginner's luck, but like there's this thing going on where like it's just the novelty, the newness of the situation is he's kind of like, okay, fresh, like this is it, okay? So whatever the reason is, okay, I'm going to connect it to something else, which is another phenomenon in hockey, which is that, this happened actually a few weeks ago. So the team I played on, it was a holiday weekend, and so a lot of people were on vacation, and we only had 5 skaters, okay? That's barely enough to play the game. It means that those players have to stay on the ice the entire game. No breaks. There's no sitting on the bench. There's nobody on the bench. Okay. Now, that might seem hard, and it is hard. But let's suppose you go against a team who has 10 skaters, so 5 are on the ice, 5 are resting. You might think like, oh crap, we're going to lose to this team. We're outnumbered 2-1. They get to take breaks. We're going to be really tired. Okay. But actually what happens is often like the opposite. And there's a few reasons why. Okay, so that game we actually won that game, and even though we were outnumbered and we had 0 subs, we had to stay on the ice the whole time. And there's a few reasons why we won. Okay, number 1, we were all strong players, which helps. Fewer turnovers. Number 2, because you're on the ice with them, you kind of develop a rhythm. But number 3, and that's the point of this video. Number 3 is that there's this sense of, you realize that you have no subs. You look at the other team, they have way more players, and there's this moment before the game where you're like, oh crap, like we can't screw up. We need to be in position all the time. We cannot overskate. We cannot afford like weak passes or passes that are not on target. So we need to look up before we pass. Like all the fundamentals that you're supposed to follow every game, all of a sudden those fundamentals become like it becomes extremely important to follow those fundamentals, okay? Because because of the situation, right? And what happens a lot of times, the team ends up winning. And I've been on the other side too, where we had a full bench and we played against a team that had only 5 skaters, and we're like, oh, we're gonna whoop their butts, right? Because they can't even take a rest, and they ended up beating us. Like, it's so weird. So in any case, this time we won, and the lesson is tried and true. It's there's this sensation of like, okay, this is important. So how does that relate to like lazy Sundays? The value in this question, okay, and this is the self-help piece of this video, is you can think of your life, you can think of any circumstance that you're in, whether it's sports, personal life, work life, and you can ask, okay, am I really following the fundamentals right now? Or if this was my first day, would I be any more focused than I am right now? Or do I need some novelty here to kind of sharpen my focus? Right? Any of those questions are very empowering questions. Okay. So this video is going to go into the empowered thinking playlist. Remember, there are 4 pillars. Empowered thinking is one of them. Okay, but I mean, are humans innately like lazy, or do we just get lazy in the absence of external like stimuli? I don't know. Like, we could debate that. That's philosophically or whatnot, but it's irrelevant. The question is, okay, what are you trying to achieve, and like, what do you want to achieve, and how are you going to achieve it, right? One way to do that is use these questions to come back, to keep yourself on the fundamentals, because it's so easy. I think it is easy actually to for your focus to veer off. Okay, and I don't know why that is. It's a different video for a different day, but for now, let's come back to the fundamentals. Come back anytime you feel like you're straying, back to the fundamentals. Okay, think deeply and put your existence first.